this is Sarah Gilmore on Guy Talk, talking to you about things about guys and my boring life. Today I've been thinking about what is attractive and what is not attractive, because I was just recently talking with my parents about this Sean Astin movie that I have been trying to get called Icebreaker. And I'm finally got the cash to buy it today on half.com, so I'm gonna do that probably after I eat and after this video. And anyways, I was discussing it, and Dad was like, see, that's your problem. You like these really ugly guys. And I'm like, Sean Astin is not ugly. I mean, he's adorable. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, but would other girls see Sean Astin and think, wow, that guy is adorable? And I'm not so sure. So, I think, to each his own. I mean, I have a couple of friends that are attracted to guys that really look like chicks. And then I've had some friends that are attracted to these guys that I just cannot understand. And then there's the generic population of guys and the majority of women that like the tall, dark, and handsome build. But me personally, I take the minority of guys, the ones that all of the other girls don't choose or end up marrying later, because you find out that those guys, not the guy you think is super attractive, is the marrying kind. I am attracted to those kinds of guys. Short, pudgy, bald, old. Give me the whole lot of them, because I'll take them. I think that I like fat guys. I won't say fat, I'll say pudgy, but I can deal with a guy that's pretty hefty, and I think that it's like really, really sexy for some reason for a guy to have a very full face. And what I like about Sean is he has a very round face, and there's my mom. It seems like whenever I sit here to do one of these videos, someone is there. What I like about Sean is he has a very round face and this lip that kind of hangs over the other one, and I find that very, very sexy. And I'm just now recently discovering that I really like a lot of hair. Not like long hair or anything, but I just like a lot of hair to play with. Now, please don't misconstrue that to mean that I like those guys with those horrible hairstyles that look like surfer dudes that just rolled out of bed. No. Those are not the kinds of guys that I'm talking about. I'm talking about more like Johnny Depp with the hair in his eyes, and just hanging down, and emo kind of, but a little bit more styled, I guess, like to the 50s and to the 80s kinds of hair. Definitely not a mullet. Mullets are ugly as hell. But yeah, I like a lot of hair, and I like older guys. For me, men are like wine, and they get better with age, so I'm very attracted to that too. I'm attracted to the experience, to the life lived, and mind you, I'm not saying that just because you're older, you're mature, because that is totally not the case, and I've seen it proven over and over and over again that just because you're an older man doesn't mean that you're a mature man. But I have this fantasy of the older man, and there are older men out there that have a lot of life experience and sexual experience, and that's super hot to me. And Sean, you might look at him and you might think there's nothing spectacular about this guy, but I get very giddy when I see him, and I get very excited, and my stomach just churns, and I'm like, and it's really, really nerdy. But I can't even sleep now. I think about him so much that it's frustrating. Like last night I was trying so hard to go to sleep, and I just could not sleep. And, it's like this blissful kind of pain that you experience when you're crushing hard on a guy. But anyway, like most of the guys that I like, if you examine them, like Giles, Anthony Stewart Head, and Paul Giamatti. I think Paul Giamatti is just the cutest little fella ever. He is so adorable and round. He's like a big teddy bear, and I just want to hug him. Let's see, Bobby Darin, Al Pacino, but I think everyone can safely say that Al Pacino is seriously hot. I mean, I like some of those guys, you know, hey, I liked Angel, I like Spike, but I'm more of a Xander kind of girl, if that makes sense. You know, like, everyone's like, gosh, Spike is just so, you know, sexy, and Angel is so hot, and Giles has got an accent, and I'm over here like, oh, I wish they'd give Xander more kissing scenes, because I am really attracted to nerds as well. Oh man, nerds and even the inexperience of a man can be attractive, and guys being naive. Um, and I'm going to share something with you that I rarely share with people unless I know them very well, because it's kind of creepy, and don't think ill of me, but I really love to see men cry. I think it's so beautiful, and I think there's a strength in it when a guy is strong enough to let go of all of his, like, macho ideals and just cry and be sensitive and say, you know what, I'm a man, but I'm overwhelmed, or I'm sad, or I just let my emotions come through. That, to me, is really hot. Also, you know, guys being, like, whipped and tortured until the point of tears is also really hot, but that's a different thing. That's a totally different thing. And that's something that's an acquired taste. But yeah, older, chunkier guys, tied up with their hands above their heads and being spanked relentlessly until they tear up and can't take anymore. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm a sick person, and I desperately need to seek psychiatric help right away, but I won't, because I love being crazy and weird. Anyway, you know, you could look at some of these guys that I like, and seriously, look them up. You know, most of them are much older. Kevin Spacey, and I know, and Alan Rickman and Gary Oldman, I know there's a lot of women out there that really find these men attractive, but I think that if you approach the average woman, like if I approached the majority of women that I saw out today in my town that were around my age, they would either not know who these guys are or not find them attractive. If they did, they go, "Ooh, that old guy, you know, how about some, like, Leonardo DiCaprio or whatever." I don't even know. I guess Jonas Brothers would be considered attractive, or Justin Bieber. Ugh. I just can't deal with those little young guys. I need something different, some quality that Sean has, and Sean has many qualities that are really, really, they're like, wow. Sean, if you're watching this video, if you by any chance ever see this video, call me. I've held on to my virginity long enough, Sean, you can have it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only half serious. Anyway, I just like guys with a baby face and older guys, and I can deal with a guy that doesn't have a whole lot of hair. You know, I like hair, it's my preference, but there are some guys that are really attractive without it, like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. Oh yeah, I just lick all around that bald little head of his. Okay, that was kind of like, that was a little bit, that was crossing a line, that was crossing a boundary. I'm just gonna retract that statement, and you're gonna pretend that you never heard it. But Bobby Darin had a very pudgy-licious face, and I don't know, I think the guys I like are attractive. Look some of them up. Anthony Stewart Head, Sean Astin, George Clooney, Skeet Ulrich. Everyone thinks Skeet Ulrich is attractive. He is like, him and Johnny Depp should seriously, like, just kiss for the longest time. They should kiss together. That's another thing. I'm so warped and morbid. I like it when guys kiss. And I'm allowed to like it when two very attractive men, in my opinion, kiss. Because all the guys have this horrible double standard of, you know, lesbians, and they're like, whenever it's two guys, they just can't fathom it. Well, let me tell you something. I have the right to want my male-on-male kissing, okay? I have that right. You guys can say it, then I am free to say it. I'm exercising my freedom of speech, and I'm saying that when two very attractive dudes kiss, especially emo boys, it's really hot. And that's the only exception that I would make if I was going to date like a boy. it would be an emo boy, because I think that emos are really, really hot. They wear makeup, and hey, I kind of like that too. I kind of like a guy that's very in touch with his feminine, sensitive side, but can have this hard, masculine sex appeal to him. And not all of the guys that I really, really have crushes on fall into that category, but I can still picture them with makeup. I think Sean Astin would look very good in a dress. Very, very good. And I know for a fact that Bobby Darin would look good in a light purple dress with thin spaghetti straps and flower embroidered on his, on the bottom of the skirt, like on the hem of the skirt. I don't know where I was going with that. I just have had this image in my head for like a year of Bobby Darin wearing that dress, and I don't know why. I think it's really sexy. Wow, that ice cube just totally fell out my mouth. I thought I got this, and then bam, the ice cube deserted me. There's my brother Johnny. I can't be left alone. Now, Johnny is the perfect example of, you know, a chubby guy that's not really hefty, but, you know, look, he's not really, like, fat, but he's hefty, and it kind of reminds me of the build of Sean Astin, even though Johnny is completely not attractive.
I'll be at that.
That's nice. Get away.
Fine. Make your little video about me.
About Sean Astin.
Oh.
I want...
short and fat kid from what?
He's not fat! Oh, and I love short guys. That's another thing. See, women so much love the tall, dark, and handsome, and I so much love the short, old, and pudgy.
Short, young, and fat.
They're not young. Sean Astin's like 39, which I guess is young, but not for me because I'm 21. So if I got with a 39-year-old guy, everyone would be judging me. But that doesn't mean that I'm not open to it, Sean. If you're ever in the area of Illinois and you want to look me up, you can have all of this and more. Okay. I have to be done now. So please, share your opinions with me. What is attractive to you that you think is weird? I mean, I have a lot of things that I'm attracted to that I think are really strange. So share your opinions with me. What things are you attracted to? Like, what is your dirty little secret? And why do you find it attractive, this thing, whatever it is? And what kinds of guys are you attracted to? What is your preference? Long comments, short comments, whatever. But this has been Sarah Gilmore on Guy Talk, talking to you about things about guys. Thank you for listening, and bye!